I Grow You Grow YouTube channel, where my kitchen garden is your kitchen garden. Mr. Anderson here, and I just wanted to give you guys a walk through the garden from the sneak peek that you saw until now and show you a few things. Got the asparagus patch with the parsley, and before I had the showed you guys that I planted some turnip seeds. Well, the turnips are coming up real well, and these happen to be the variety that the tops are what you want. They're the Nebo variety, so I sowed them real thick so that I can just come and cut the tops. And this is a great time for your greens before your peppers and your tomatoes and all that get going. You can be eating off your greens. And I also have sugar peas, snow peas. I'm gonna be harvesting those soon. If you see that, got lots of peas, and they companion plant with the turnips. So we've companion planted here, and then we keep going down to the strawberries. I had the strawberry video, show you guys some of the strawberries, and the strawberry starts out in the flower there, then the flower petals fall off and the strawberry starts to emerge out of that. So those are some of the strawberries I planted on the strawberry video. There's some garlic. Garlic is a good companion plant, and then all of the onions down there. Oh, also, if you're wondering what the pinwheel is, this pinwheel has this mylar material on it, and it spins around when the wind blows, and it keeps the birds from eating your juicy strawberries. So this is a tip and trick. Get you some pinwheels, put them amongst your strawberries, and it'll keep the birds off. Also, we have another little tip and trick to show you guys here. Wow, that's not a real snake. That's a play snake. Put a play snake in your garden and move him around periodically, and it'll throw off some of the squirrels and the varmints and such. So those are two good tips and tricks for you to incorporate into your kitchen garden. But I showed you the turnips. Here are mustard greens here, and I haven't thinned them out because I just want them bunched so I can come out and cut and let them grow back. And then we still have the Russian red kale. We've been eating off of this, giving it to co-workers, and it's just lovely. I mean, this is some of the better stuff that I've eaten. And I've had this over winter, and it's wintered over real well. So I got that going until it gets hot and starts trying to go to seed. I'm going to continue to be eating that produce. But while it's still producing, I got more seeds in right here. And if you can see, this baby kale that I planted seeds, you may not be able to see it. I'll see if I have some more to show you guys. And then, oh, we got another play snake to throw off the critters. In the onion patch here, we've sowed some monthly mixed lettuce, and it's coming up good. You can see that. That's a good companion to onions. And I've got the lettuce going all the way down. I'm sowing lettuce, so you'll have good lettuce. And this is a picture of Russian red kale in its baby stages. Also here I have more Russian red kale, so that when the produce that I just showed you comes to an end, I'll have this coming up, and I continue to feed my family and produce my produce. I've started my zucchini and squash, where I removed the collard greens, and if you can see in and around the squash and zucchini, those sprouting up, that's radish, and the radish is a great companion plant to the squash because it keeps away the squash beetles and the weevils and different things of that nature. So plant radishes around your squash as a companion plant and a pest deterrent. So you see I had a radish all around my squash plants. And then we have more Russian red kale, more squash, and then we transition into bok choy. The bok choy is in the cabbage family, and in the cabbage family you can plant beets with cabbage, you can plant lima beans with cabbage, or any type of beans with cabbage. So I have some space here to fill in to companion plant with the bok choy that's coming up. And that's what I want to show you guys, the secret to producing your produce. So now I had these seeds coming up and I got them up a little bit of ways, so I want to come behind them and sow more seeds in behind them so that when I start reaping, I'll continue my harvest by sowing right behind it. So you're sowing in intervals so that you continue to produce your produce. And this is the beets here. So I got beets in, and the beets are coming up great. You can see that, but I have space in between the beets, so I'm gonna fill that space in with some seeds. And there we have Mr. Nanners watching over the beet. Yeah, he contemplating on the spaces I can put the beets in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sow some beets in the open spaces right behind the beets that I already have coming up. And I got my beets soaking in my woody seed mix. You can look at the other videos and get the particulars on that, but the beet seed is real woody, so you want to soak those overnight so that they'll get off to good germination. If not, the germination gonna take a while. And then you guys see my onions looking real good. Onions looking real good. Then on the next terrace, I got the tomatoes and hot peppers going, and those were my water bottles that I use on chilly nights to create mini greenhouses. So let's do some planting. I grow, you grow. Well, my kitchen garden is your kitchen garden. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna clear off some of the mulch where I have space at. Make me a little furlough for my beets. So we got the beets there. And we want to come behind it with more seeds, so I'm just clearing out my space. And with the beets, inside of the beet shell is like a lot of cluster of seeds, so you don't want to put too many together. You kind of want to space them out so that you can get a good cluster going. So that's the space that I've cleared out here and here, and you want it about a ½ inch deep when you plant them in there. You want to cover with about a ½ inch of soil. So that looks good. And all you want to do is just bring that over. And you water that in. Bring that over. And like I say, if you want big beet bottoms, you can cut this and you can thin this out and only have one beet in that area, but I'm not going for the bottoms. I'm just going for the top, so I'm letting mine stay together so that I can cut it, get my greens, wait a few weeks, come back, cut it again, get some more greens. So there's the seeds in there. You see I got them spread out. Then just pull the dirt over. right out of your mixture. It's already moist. So I got a little spot here. Got some young ones coming up right there. So that's good. We'll leave that alone. Got a space here. And the different ones, different beets you can use for different purposes. Like since I just want the tops, I got a seed pack called Detroit. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. Detroit dark red. Those are good. And then they got some called Wonder Top. I grow, you grow. So once you get them planted, you're gonna water them in, and until they sprout, you want to water that in like every day for the first 4 or 5 days. And we have our I Grow, You Grow future gardener, Mr. Anderson, watering in our beets for us. So you just water your beets in. Like I say, do it every day for about the first 4 or 5 days, and you should be good. I Grow, You Grow, where my kitchen garden is your kitchen garden. Mr. Anderson, say bye. You can get one called Wonder Top if you just want the tops. So that's how you produce your produce. Don't rest on your laurels. When you see your seeds come up out of there and you get that plant right there, you can just be so fascinated and watch it grow. But then when you cut it, you're done. You gotta come right behind it when you see it coming up with more seeds. So continue to reap and continue to sow, and you'll always have produce to feed your family. This is Mr. Anderson with I Grow, You Grow. If you need garden coaching, it's fairly inexpensive, $10 per hour, or you can use it in 20-minute increments. You can get 20 minutes for $3.99 or $2.99, something like that. Just go to the site in the marketplace, you'll be able to see that. I'll walk you through every tip and trick, whatever you need to know to get you growing. So once again, thank you for tuning in to the I Grow, You Grow YouTube channel, where my kitchen garden is your kitchen garden.